Hey, my Legion. How y'all doing today? I'm going to tell you about a special offer. Now, this is not a sponsored video. Make that clear, it's not a sponsored video. My friend Howie Cat sent me some cool stuff because he was on my live stream about a month ago or something. I mean, he always joins my live stream. And one thing right now, something happened. I'm not able to live stream. It's technical with YouTube. I hit the go live thing. The camera goes black. No thumbnail. No nothing. When it goes to go live, it's just spinning. So I mean, I won't be able to live stream until until YouTube fixes it. I mean, I don't know what else to do. I mean, so bear with me. I still have other videos up, and you'll have plenty of stuff to watch until that gets sorted out. And he sent me this box of stuff from Midway, and he asked me if I could promote, because he sells the stuff on Amazon, if I could promote his store, and you get a special discount, 50% off. That's good till the end of the month, which is let's see. Well, the end of the month, it's July 30th is the last day, and letters is the promo code is 15 Jason C, all together with Jason C in capital letters. I don't know if they have to be capital or lowercase, but I'm saying 15 JC all is one word. Just like I did promos for helping my buddy the foreignamorate.com sell shirts during my live streams and stuff. So let's go ahead and see what he sent me. And this is all like Bally Midway stuff. It says Midway in there, but I don't know if Bally Midway is still involved. But they were very popular in making video games a long time ago. This is all retro 80s stuff because everything's 80s now, 80s. So let's go ahead. He sent me this. Finally got this package. I was supposed to get it last week, and he said that's why he gave it, but I didn't get it till today. And I'm going to put this. I'm recording this video now, Monday at 8 o'clock. I'm going to put it up 4 o'clock tomorrow. Post it 4 o'clock tomorrow while I'm at work. So, and then you have the other videos. But I wanted to put this up. I wasn't able to put it up tonight. There's a whole bunch of buttons of different video games you can get. Video games logos and stuff. And I have stories about the arcade and these video games that I'll get to after I show everything on here. First of all, you got Rampage. Really cool. I've not seen the movie yet, by the way. Okay, I got stories about all these, but I'll get that when I get to the refrigerator magnet. You get Paperboy, and these are all different designs than on the refrigerator magnet too. Paperboy, Defender. And these are all classic 80s games. Anyone worth the salt knows most of these. There's one I never heard of before, and I'll show you what it is. Gorf, of course. Gorf. Root Beer Tapper. And that's the one I'm going to talk about last. I got a lot of information about that and why it's now called Root Beer Tapper. I remember it's just Tapper. Marble Madness. That's the only game I never heard of before. I think I played a version of this, but I mean, I'll get to that when I talk about the games. Gauntlet. Well, some of these designs are the same on the refrigerator magnets. Gauntlet and also Joust. Link will be in the description for the Amazon store where you sell these, and discount will be right up top. Like the discount's going on through this month. Not a sponsored video, but he sent me this stuff for me to keep, and he wanted to know if I could do a favor for him. I said, that's fine. I appreciate this stuff. I love video games. I mean, I love the retro stuff, I don't play video games like I used to. I mean, I used to go to the army. I mean, go to the arcade and stuff like that, play video games for like 2-3 hours. Pinball machines. That was awesome. That was the good old days. Okay. I'm back. Now, I'll probably talk about this in order. Marble Madness, refrigerator magnets. I love fridge magnets. Like I said, you can get these on his Amazon shop for 15% off by adding 15 Jason C. And you'll see it'll be on the Amazon thing, so you'll see what it looks like. Joust, right there. Okay. Gauntlet, right there. Got Rampage. Right there. Nice, I'll be talking about each one. Defender. Paperboy. Got Gorf. And then once again you have Root Beer Tapper. Okay. Now, like I said, I'll put the link in the description where you can go to his Amazon store and enter 15 Jason C for 50% off this month only. Like I said, not a sponsored video. But this stuff is really cool. I want to thank my buddy for sending this stuff to me. I love it. Now, I wanted to talk about video games back in the 80s and stuff like that. I remember the very first video game, I was in a Kmart. I was real little. And it was a game of Pong. Remember my dad and I played it. Usually my mom was really against video games. She was such a... Well, my dad and I played it. It seemed like a game lasted a long time. I wasn't very good at it. I think Dad won. I don't remember. I think it was the very first game I ever played. And then usually in the two arcade, I mean, if you saw Stranger Things, they had kids riding their bikes down a local arcade. We didn't really have a local arcade. I mean, the only two real arcades we had was in Mill Creek Mall, and that's way out of my way in Erie. And there was Red Baron and Tilt. And I liked Red Baron. I always said, Red Baron sucked. Go to Tilt. I went to both things, but everyone was always against Red Baron. Maybe that's just because I liked it. They're trying to get me mad. Probably why. And then the place we usually went to Uncle Charlie's, and you'll still see it's now Charlie's Pit and Pub. People still call it Uncle Charlie's. It's in a different location. They don't really have video games like they used to back then. But back then, they would swap out. They'd have like the most popular video games: Pac-Man, Miss Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, which I was a big fan of. No one ever remembers Super Pac-Man, Major Havoc. Games I'm going to mention here: a very bizarre game called Frisky Tom that was in the back. I remember they had stuff in the front, and they had one game in the back. Frisky Tom was there. That Frisky Tom didn't last. I think maybe the parents were mad about that because it's a mouse, and you had to fix to get to this tub of this naked lady that was in the tub. And I remember in the back they had games like Pitfall was there for a long time, and also Zaxxon. I was a big Zaxxon fan. It was only the table game, but I wasn't the best at it. You know what I mean? But I liked the game. And of course they had Dragon Lair, which is that was the first 50-cent game I played, and boy, that game was so tough. I was like, heck, I can play two games that I'm halfway good at rather than spending 50 cents on a game I'm crappy at. And of course, that was like the Achilles heel of those kids at that thing. That game was tough. It was tough. They used like Laserdisc technology for that, and they actually made a cartoon about that show. But that's what we usually went. And then in the Army, they had. It was so cool back then. Like the PX and stuff like that. They had lots of video games there. You go there via PX and play video games. In Germany, they had PX and video games in the club, and also in Bremerhaven there was like the one rec room had a bunch of games, and like I'd go there to do like some work, and then I'd go to the rec center and there'd be a couch. I'd fall asleep for about an hour or two. I was supposed to be working, and then they have like this video game like this bank hold up game, and then in the regular PX they had games like 1941 and Donkey Kong Jr. and all these cool games. And when I was in Fort Bragg, they had games. I remember they had Pinbot and Bride of Pinbot, which I like both those games. Those are good pinball machines. In the PX. And there was one arcade we went to once or twice there. But Fort Detrick was really cool because it was really close to the mall. There was one arcade there. I usually went there. I spent 2-3 hours at, and they had a putt-putt golf and games, which I was a big fan of. Go there and I played a little bit of golf and stuff like that, just by myself. But usually it was more about the video games. I used to play. I remember I played The Simpsons, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles all the way through, and the Simpsons game all the way through. And then if you added some more quarters, I can't remember there was a game on Pigskin. You can actually play the whole football game. It was really cool. Can't remember how many quarters it was. But those were the good old days when I was in the Army. I had lots of money to spend. And then things like, we had, I guess they tried to have a couple arcades. They had one in, I never went to, the one in Platea. Never went there, but they had I guess they tried to open up 2 games. There was one called Mousetrap. I never knew what the hell it was in Albion. And then there was one that they opened up. And I guess it's only up in a couple months. They were open up for a month. They couldn't play the electric bill, so that's not too good. And my dad would say, I want to take 1080 to that. Dad said, no, that's where all the young kids hang out. Probably punk kids. So, well. So let's go over these video games. I'll tell you the ones I played and which I haven't. Some of these games I played, I remember a long time ago, on QVC they used to have like these bootleg games that had like 40 or 50 games in there. And they were like different video game versions or something like that, maybe from, and it was similar popular games. And some of those I played on there, on that. That was cool. And I had it till, I used to play with my nephew. My nephew get mad and he smashed the console. And then, it was a handheld thing with a little plastic box that had, and I think he smashed it. So that was the end of that. Thanks, AJ. Let's go ahead to Marble Madness. This is the one video game I never played before. I never heard of. I think I might have played something similar to this on a PC. That might be similar to that. Not a whole lot to say about that one. Next is Joust. Now, Joust is one I always heard about. And I didn't play it until I got like that bootleg thing my dad played. But Joust is pretty cool. I like Joust. Cool logo right there, too. That's one I never played the arcade. I never really saw it. Now, Gauntlet was a table game. And some of those table games are cool. You sit down, pull up the chair, and you can play. And it was like you see things above you. And it was cool. I like Gauntlet real well. Great role-playing game. When we were playing D&D, that the maps that Dan put up from, I think it was Roll20 or something like that, and they showed the people from overhead, and it looked similar to Gauntlet. That's what it reminded me of. Next is Rampage. Now, Rampage was cool. I remember playing that a lot in the arcade when I was in the Army. And that was always a lot of fun. You get to pull the people and go, and eat the people. And I remember my sister had a Nintendo. I remember renting it one night from Nintendo. And Dad said, you don't get anything anyone else wants. Well, my dad didn't play video games anyway. I don't know what he was complaining about. You just get what you want. What's wrong with I was like, what's wrong with Rampage? I know what it is. And then this was made into a movie, which I have not seen yet. I would like to see it sometime. I talked to my friend Trav from Trav Tries on the phone, and he loved it. I've not seen it yet, though, but it looks like it'd be a lot of fun. Next is Defender. Defender was awesome. I love the graphics. I love the sound of the game. I played it a lot in Uncle Charlie. They had that game was cool. It just the whole look of it was cool, and I remember playing it on that bootleg thing I had for a while. Defender. Okay, next is Paperboy. Now, Paperboy, I never played before until I got like that bootleg game system. And I was pretty good at this. And then, not too long ago, when I went to see Killer Workout they had this game. They have free video games at the Erie Movie House. And you could select which games you wanted to play. And I picked Paperboy. I thought I'd be good at it. Boy, I sucked at it. I played it 2 or 3 times. And then one of the guys from Slaughter Films, Forrest, came over and tried it. He said, boy, this game is tough. Yeah, I know. I used to be really good at it. At least the other version of it I was. It was tough. Next is Gorf. Now, I think Gorf is probably one of the stranger video games. Now, speaking of strange, like I said, the bootleg had like different versions of different popular games, including the other bizarre movie, Elevator Action, with the guy when he crawled down the wire looked really weird. Gorf was a very strange one. Now, I remember playing that seeing that in Uncle Charlie, playing it a few times. I don't think I was that good at it. And then I remember getting it on Atari, the Atari game system, playing it. I was not too bad on it. And then things went full circle in Fort Detrick, Maryland. The barracks I stayed at, which was cool. This is the only barracks I stayed at that had video games. The other barracks I didn't have anything. Except the ones in Germany, if you go all the way to the basement, they had like the pop dispenser had a couple things of alcohol. You can get like Heineken or you can get like Jack and Coke, which was kind of cool. But this was the only one that had video games, and they had a pinball machine that goes abort, abort, abort if you screw up. So people knew when you screwed up because you hear that thing all the time. So that's kind of embarrassing. And they had track and field, and they had Gorf. And I think I did okay on Gorf. I did a lot better on track and field than I did, because with track and field you had to hit the buttons real fast. My dad's like, all right, enough. So he would screw up our game. But that's how you play it. But I could play actually normal there and do well. But there I hit the game. Dad said, "You're doing 2. You're hitting a 2. How you doing? Not this wrong. Doing this wrong." You know, it's. And he said, "All right, you're going to." But that's the way you play the game. But Gorf was pretty good. I mean, I just think Gorf is a bizarre game. It really is. Last but not least, I say this for last Tapper. Now I remember playing this at Uncle Charlie's, and Tapper was like a brew game where you have like serve hungry patients, and you had to keep up and stuff like. And it was the one I had was that's why Root Beer Tapper threw me off, because I don't remember this. I remember Tapper, and Tapper was like it had Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch. Said it was supposed to be for bars, but it was a bar, it was a pub, and they had like a real beer keg. Was the handle was real beer keg? I'm pretty sure. Playing that was a lot of fun, and then. I guess they changed it because I guess parents were saying this advocated selling alcohol to minors. If the parents back then knew what video games were like now, they'd be rolling over. They'd be going nuts. And I remember getting it for. I loved the game. And then I heard that it was coming out for Atari. I said, I want to get this. And my dad ended up buying it at Kmart's $40 when it came out. He was freaking out. $40. And we bought this. It wasn't Budweiser. It was Mountain Dew. I remember that. And that was a fun game. I liked it. It was similar to the other game. I enjoyed playing it. And then, to our dismay, like a year or two later, we saw a whole bunch of Atari games at the D&K store for between $1 and $5. Well, we used to pay a lot more for them than that. They didn't have like that there, or Tapper or Dig Dug or anything like that, but they had some of the older ones there. So, I mean, I hope you like this video. I went on talking about video games because I love video games. Man, these back then, it brings back memories. The 80s ones were the best. I know everyone said, oh, Xbox this, Xbox that, but these were the best ones. And if you're interested in getting that, check out the Amazon store. I'll put the link in the description. And discount, 50% discount, not a sponsored video. I'm helping out, buddy. Is 15 Jason C with big letters and stuff all together. You'll see what it looks like. So I hope you like this video. Until next time, thank you very much, Howdycat, for sending me this cool stuff. I love fridge magnets and buttons and video games and Bally Midway stuff. But it just says Midway there. I don't know if it's Bally Midway or not anymore or not, but oh well. So until next time, bye, please take care of my legion. Yeah, bye.